here is an EDM hole drilling machine, and behind it you'll see some more, and you'll see some of the other machines we have here at our facility at Silverstone. EDM hole drilling machines are used to drill holes in difficult to machine materials, hardened materials, even tungsten carbide. In order to do this, we use electrodes. These electrodes are tubes, and the tubes come in different size diameters, from as small as 0.3 millimeters diameter right the way to 6 millimeters diameter. We can also use different electrodes to drill holes in different materials. Here you can see a copper electrode. We're now going to look at the machine more closely. If we look closely at the machine, we can see the tube, which is the electrode, and within this assembly there is an input for high pressure dielectric fluid. In this machine it's deionized water, and this serves two purposes. It acts as a resistor which withstands the energy between the electrode and the workpiece until it gets high enough for a spark to jump across and erode material. It also flushes away the eroded debris as the hole is being created. This is the guide that supports the rotating electrode and enables us to position the electrode precisely, and here is the table where the workpiece will be clamped, and the frame of this creates an electrical circuit. At the rear of the machine there are the generators, pumps and a filter system, and they clean the dielectric. And finally there's a resin ion exchange unit, and that ensures that the water that we use has the correct total dissolved solids to perform correctly. This particular machine has three extra functions not normally available on an EDM hole drilling machine. Articulating axis. This enables us to drill holes at an angle rather than create angled fixtures for the workpiece. This is particularly useful for situations where compound angles are needed, and the fixture is greatly simplified. Here we have a machine at 45 degrees. Automatic redressing. This function enables the tip of the electrode, the tube, that gets worn and eroded in a dome shape to be redressed flat by the machine during machining without the electrode having to be replaced. This is very useful if a flat bottom hole to a set depth is required. And here you can see the electrode being eroded, but the part isn't, and that's making the electrode flat again. Depth sensors. The machine has a function which calculates the wear of the electrode during drilling and resets the depth accordingly. Thereby the correct depth of hole is achieved by compensating for electrode wear. You see this now as it pitches across, checks its depth that has been drilled against the wear in the electrode, and then returns itself to the hole that has been drilled and re-drills to the correct depth. We're now going to look at some examples of some parts that we've drilled using EDM hole drilling. First of all, we've got a bearing, and you can see we've drilled a hole from the outside into the raceway of the bearing using our EDM hole driller. Here's a thin section where we've drilled this array of holes without deforming the part. And then here's a part where we've drilled a deep hole right the way through. We can drill a hole up to 340 millimeters in depth using the EDM hole drilling process. Finally, here's a component where we've drilled an array of holes, and we've used the CNC function to control this process. Now we're going to look at our EDM hole drilling machine drilling a hole in some stainless steel. We'll now set the EDM hole drilling machine running, drilling a test hole. We're using a 0.6 millimeter brass tube, and we're going to drill at an angle so that it's easy to see. On purpose, we've not clamped the part into the machine. We've done this to show that it is the spark that drills the hole, and there's no load from the electrode. The part is only moving very, very slightly, and that is a result of the high pressure of the dielectric fluid being jetted through the centre of the tube. Now that the hole is through, you can see the sparks. You can see the dielectric fluid and it's high pressure. If you have any questions or want to know more about EDM hole drilling, please either visit our website, give us a call or send us an email.